battles gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses.
When shall we three meet again, thunder lightning morn?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun. Where the place?
Upon the heath.
Where to meet with Macbeth? I come, grey Malkin.
Paddock calls.
And on.
Fair is foul and foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
Where have you been, sister?
Killing pigs.
What about you? A sailor's wife had chestnuts, so I asked her if I could have one, and she said, "No, begone, you witch. Her husband has sailed off to Apollo. I shall sail there to do things to him."
I'll give you wind to get there faster.
Oh, that's kind of you.
And I'll give you more.
Oh, I will take the life out of him, and he will be cursed forever. Look what I have here.
Show us.
It's the thumb of the pilot who has drowned.
I've never seen a day that was so good yet so bad at the same time. How far is it supposed to be to Forest?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness, what are these creatures that are so ridiculously dressed and ugly? Are you alive? Can you speak? Your beards keep me from thinking that you are women. Speak if you want. What are you?
Hail Macbeth! Hail Thane of Glamis!
Hail Macbeth. Hail Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, the future king.
Macbeth, why do you look so afraid of these nice things that they are saying? Don't you want to be king? Tell me, if you are what you say you are, what is my future? Go ahead, I'm not afraid.
Hail!
Hail.
Hail! You are lesser than Macbeth, but also greater.
You are not as happy as Macbeth, but much happier.
Your children will be king, but you won't be king.
Wait, you only told me part of what I want to know. Tell me where you learned these strange things, and why did you decide to show up at this strange place at this specific time? Why did they leave?
I wish they could have stayed.
Did that actually just happen, or are we seeing things?
Your children will be kings.
You will be king.
And the Thane of Cawdor too. Isn't that what they said?
That's exactly what they said. Who goes there?
The wine that hath made me drunk, what hath quenched my thirst has given me fire. Listen, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman. The doors are open and the grooms are filled to excess. Defy their duties with snores. I have drugged their hot milk and wine, so that death and sleep argue about them, to decide whether they live or die.
Who's there? Hello?
For shame, I'm afraid they have gotten up, and the deed's not done. The attempt and not the deed confesses us. Listen, I laid their daggers ready. He couldn't have missed them. If the king hadn't resembled my father slept, I would have done it, my husband.
I have done the deed.
Heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Didn't you speak when you ascended?
Yes, there was one who laughed in his sleep, and one cried murder. So they woke each other up. I stood and heard them. So they said their prayers and went back to sleep again.
There are two of them in the same room?
One cried, or God bless us, another, Amen, as if they were listening and saw me with these hangman hands. Listening with their fear, I couldn't say Amen when they said God bless us.
Don't think about it so deeply.
I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth murders sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the ruffled sleep of care.
Don't think about it so deeply.
Only why couldn't I say Amen? I really needed the blessing, and the Amen seemed to be stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought. If we think about it, it'll make us crazy.
I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth murders the sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the ruffled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, the bath of serious work. First aid of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nurtures in life's feast. Still it cried, sleep no more, while the house.
Who was it that cried in that way? My worthy baron, you weaken your noble strength to think. You weaken about things in such a crazy way. Go get some water and wash this filthiness from your hands. And why did you bring these daggers here? Why they must lie there. Go carry them and smear them against the sleepy guards with blood.
I'm not going back. I'm afraid to think about what I have done. I don't care to look upon it again.
Give me the daggers. The sleepy dead are only like pictures in the eyes of childhood. That's afraid of a painted devil if he bleeds. Smear the faces of the grooms with it, because it must seem that they are guilty.
Who is that knocking? What's wrong with me? Every noise makes me jump. What kind of hands are these? They pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's oceans wash its blood clean from my hands? No. hand will rather redden the many seas, making the green one red.
My hands are the same color as yours own, only I would be ashamed to have such a white heart. I hear knocking at the south entrance. Let's go to our bedroom. A little water cleans us of this deed. How easy is it then? Has left you alone. Listen, more! Get on your nightgown in case we are called by chance, and it shows us to be watchers. Don't be lost so badly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, it's best to know myself. Wake Duncan with your knocking. I wish you could.
Who is going to join us?
Macbeth.
We don't need to be suspicious since he already knows we're here. Then stand with us. Our subjects are approaching.
Hey, I hear horses.
Shine the light over here!
There he is, our unexpected guest. The horses are going to the stables.
They're coming. Let them in.
There's a light.
Hey, he's here.
Stand firm.
Oh, it's will rain tonight.
Check!
No, run, Flint! Run away! No, save yourself! You must have had revenge. Oh, slave!
The tawny cat has meowed 3 times. 3 times, and the hedgehog has whined once.
My spirit friend Harpier is yelling, "It's time, it's time."
Dance around the cauldron and throw in the poison entrails. A toad that sat under a cold rock for a month, poison oozing from its pores.
Double, double, toilet trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
We'll boil you in the cauldron next, a slice of swamp snake. All the rest of you in too. A newt's eye, a frog's tongue, fur from a bat, the stinger of a burrowing worm, a lizard's leg. Make a charm to cause powerful trouble and boil and bubble like the broth of hell.
Double, double, toilet trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
Here comes some more ingredients. The scale of a dragon, a wolf's tooth, a witch's mummified flesh, the gullet and stomach of a reindeer shark, a root of a hemlock that was dug up in the dark, a goat's bile, some twigs and yew that were broken off during a lunar eclipse, the finger of a baby. Make this potion thick and gluey. Now let's add some tiger's entrails to the mix.
Double, double, toilet trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble.
Well done. I admire your efforts. Now how about you all share the rewards and you can all dance around the cauldron like fairies and elves while enchanting everything you put in.
I can tell that something wicked is happening by the tingling in our thumbs. Doors open for whoever is knocking.
What's going on here, you secret evil midnight hags? What are you doing?
Something there isn't a word for.
I don't know how you do the things you do, but I insist you answer my questions.
Speak! Demand.
We'll answer.
Would you rather hear these things from our mouths or from our masters? Pour in the blood of a sow who has eaten her 9 offspring. Take the sweat of a murderer on the gallows and throw it into the flame. Come high and low, spirit. Show yourself in what you do.
Macbeth, 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 beware Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife. Let me go.
Whatever you are, thanks for your advice. You've guessed exactly what I feared and more.
He will not be commanded by you. Here comes a second, harsher than the first.
Macbeth, 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 be violent, be bold, be firm. Laugh the power of other men, because nobody born from a woman will ever harm Macbeth.
Then it looks like I don't actually need to kill Macbeth. I have no reason to fear him. But even so, I'll make doubly sure I'll guarantee my own fate by having you killed, Macduff. That way I can conquer my own fear and sleep easy at night. What is the young spirit that wears a crown on his head like a king?
Be brave like the lion and proud. Don't even worry about who hates you and who resents you and who conspires against you. Macbeth will never be defeated until Birnam Wood marches to fight you at Dunsinane Hill.
That will never happen. Who can command the forest to make the trees pull their roots out of the earth? These were sweet omens. Good. My murders will never come back to haunt me. Until the forest of Burnham gets up and moves. I will be king for my entire natural life, but my heart is still throbbing to know one thing. Tell me, if your dark powers can see thus far into the future, will Banquo's children ever rule the kingdom?
Show.
Show.
You look too much like the ghost of Banquo. Go away. Now I see a third king who looks just like the second. Filthy hags, why are you showing me this? Now I see a fourth. A seventh? My eyes are bulging out of their sockets. Will this line stretch on the up forever? I don't want to see anymore.
Come, sisters, let's cheer him up and show him our talents. I will charm the air to produce music, while all of you dance around like crazy, so this king will say we did our duty and entertained him.
Time to thwart my dreadful plans. Unless a person does something the second he thinks of it, he'll never get the chance to actually do it. From now on, as soon as I decide to do something, I'm going to act immediately. In fact, I'll start following up my thoughts with actions right away. I'll raid Macduff's castle, seize the town of Fife, and kill his wife, his children, and anyone else unfortunate enough to stand in line for his inheritance. But no more spooky visions.
I've stayed up with you for 2 nights now, and I haven't seen any evidence of what you were telling me. When's the last time you saw her sleepwalking?
Since Macbeth went to war, I have seen her arise from bed, write a letter, seal it, and then go back to bed, all while still asleep.
It's unnatural for someone to walk around as if they were awake when they are asleep.
She says something, sir, but I will not repeat it to you.
Well, you should really tell me. I'm a doctor. You should tell me.
I will not tell it to you nor anyone else. There was no one else there to witness her speech.
What is she doing? Look how she rubs her hands.
She often does that. She looks like she's washing her hands. I've seen her do that before for as long as 15 minutes.
There's still a spot here. Listen, she's talking. I wish I had a paper to write it down so I could remember it better for my notes.
Come out, damn Spot. Out. I command you. 1, 2. Okay. It's time to do it now. Hell is murky. Nonsense, my lord, nonsense. Why should we be scared when no one can lay guilt upon us? But who would have thought the old man would have had so much blood in him?
Now look what you've done. We've heard something that we shouldn't have.
She said something that she shouldn't have, I'm sure of it. The heavens know the secrets that she's keeping.
I still have the smell of blood on my hands. All the perfumes of Arabia couldn't make this little hand smell better. Oh.
What a heavy sigh. Her heart carries such a heavy weight.
I wouldn't want a heart like hers even if you made me queen.
This disease is beyond my medical skills. But I have known people who have sleptwalked, but they weren't guilty of anything. Maybe...
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Don't look so frightened, I tell you. Banquo is buried. He could not come out of his grave.
Is this true?
To bed. There's a knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
Will she go to bed now?
Yes, right away.
I believe that there's something supernatural here. This woman, she needs a priest more than she needs a doctor. Keep an eye on her. And for now, good night.
Good night, good doctor.
Why should I die when my enemies live on? Turn and fight, you worthless dog. I've avoided everyone but you. I have too much blood on my hands already. You're stalling. Fight me. You're wasting your time. I'm invincible to anyone born naturally. Not to me. I was born unnaturally, torn from my mother's womb at a young age. This is true, then the witches deceived me. I won't fight you. Well then surrender. You'll live longer. You'll be in prison, an example to everyone else. I won't surrender and be forced to bow at his feet. We will fight to the death.